Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to VCT Game Changers Academy April. My name is Gremmy, and joining me here at the desk today is Datum. How are you feeling?
I'm really excited. We got Game Changers Academy back, Grammy. It's my first time casting with you this year. It has been half a year, but it took so long for us to cast again together. And of course, I'm really stoked to be back here in Academy. This is where we get to witness a lot of talent being born and being nurtured into the players and the stars that we know today in Game Changers. I'm super excited to showcase what we have for you guys today. We have a ton of new players, a ton of new teams, and three maps, 3 games to show to you today.
Yeah, that's right. And the first matchup is gonna be between Crazy Girls and NOBEAT here. But before we get into that, let's talk about the prize pool real quick. The total prize pool is gonna be 500 USD. The breakdown: first place gonna get 250 USD. Second gonna get 150. Third with 70, and the fourth place will be walking away with 30 USD. And that's quite a bit of money at play here. And I think all these teams they have the intention to go in with all that they have to try and win it
Of
all for their
course.
team.
Yeah, go all in. Give it everything that they've got. I mean, more than the prize pool that we have, the sort of goal here for these players is to sort of make them grow, right? They get them accustomed to the professional scene. For those of you who don't know, Game Changers Academy is limited to plat 3 and below in terms of rank. So these players, they have relatively less experience in the competitive scene than our tier 1 tier 2 players already have, and this is a very good introduction to them into what it's like on the other side, right? And it's where we get to witness new stars like being discovered sort of, and before they get picked up by other teams and established organizations. And that's really what it's more about, more than the prize pool, right? But of course, we're ready with the first game of the day. You did say it's about it's between the team No Beat versus Crazy Girls, but let's talk about the bracket and how we got to this point. First, we will be showcasing 3 matches for today, but I've got to tell you, Grammy, there is a ton of talented players that we have this day.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I mean, you talked about how the academy is supposed to be for newer players in
Mm.
coming into the scene to grow, right? And I do see a couple of familiar names coming into this tournament on the side of Crazy Girls itself. I think we've seen that in the past academy before, but they have changed
Oh.
the team name. Yeah, first matchup gonna be between Crazy Girls and No Beat in the upper bracket here. A couple of teams eliminated it in yesterday's matches, but we are here now and we are ready. We do have the map veto as well, and we're gonna be seeing Ascent. How do you feel about that?
I said it's sort of like a favorite here in APAC, right? I mean, a ton of teams, well, in VCT at least, or even higher, in even international tournaments, have started to draft away from Ascent because everyone's gotten really, really good at Ascent. And I think it's the perfect playing field here for Academy. It's where you get to showcase what you're really good at, and if you're comfortable in a particular map, what you can actually do. And of course, it paves the way for a ton of new compositions, a ton of creativity in sort of compositions. So let's talk about the meta right now, Grammy. Which part of the meta are you the most excited about right now compared to, say, last year, like in December? Because we got new agents, we got Gecko, we got Harbor sort of starting to come in to the meta, and more teams default towards the newer maps like Pearl and Lotus and some, and actually even Split now compared to Ascent. So what part of the meta are you most excited to see about today that our players are going to showcase?
I mean, personally, I want to see a Gecko, but I don't know how likely we'll be able to see
Mm,
that agent in this matchup today because I think Ascent has already a pretty staple meta, which is the KO is definitely a staple pick on Ascent itself, and running the Killjoy in the chamber because of that meta change
true.
is a big thing as well. So a lot of teams on Ascend they're gonna be running Killjoy, and I think we're gonna be seeing these two agents come into play here. But we are gonna be heading into the agent select screen right now, so we can take a look at what these teams have picked.
Let's go. First game of the day, Ascent. And it seems like you're right, Jeremy. We're going to be seeing Killjoys on both sides. What are your thoughts about the change in Killjoy recently? Recently, the Nano Swarm got nerfed, and I think
Mm.
it's just right because Killjoy does provide constant information with the turret anyway. I think the turret is a tad overpowered. Maybe if it had like a maximum amount of time it could be there. So the Nano Swarm nerf definitely, I think, changed Killjoy for the good. But if
Mm.
you had to pick in Ascent between Killjoy and Cypher, who'd you pick?
I mean, I think Killjoy definitely will provide more value
Mm,
than Cypher in a typical matchup. But unless you have like a really good Cypher with all the trip lineups and the Cyber Cage lineups as well, that could be a very, very strong agent for you to play, especially in a matchup like this. But we
true.
are not gonna be seeing Cypher here. We're gonna be seeing Killjoy instead. And as you mentioned, you did mention that the Killjoy recently got a little bit of a nerf in terms of the nano swarm range. You can now see it or hear it from further away now. But I feel like the sentinels are at a point where instead of needing a nerf, I think some of them rather they need a buff.
Really? Hey, which Sentinel did you have in mind that needed a buff?
I mean,
That's an interesting take. That's a very interesting take, Jeremy.
I feel like Chamber was nerfed
Well,
a little bit too
well,
much,
that's true.
in my opinion.
Chamber is
Like
nowhere to be found.
he's gone. He just Thanos snapped into
Yeah,
nowhere. He's
into
just gone out of the
oblivion.
meta now.
I mean, I agree, but I think Sentinels, for the most part, are actually pretty powerful right now. I mean, there was a point in our meta where Sentinels couldn't be found anywhere in the meta. It
Mm,
was right before Chamber got released, and it was like a double controller meta. Astra and Vipers was all you could see anywhere, and I definitely do not miss those times because Astra meta is just not my type of gameplay. But I think they're powerful. They're in a pretty good spot right now. Apart from what you said, that is Chamber. Uh, what I do know is that I wish there was more Sentinels in the game. Right? I wish there were more
yeah.
options. I wish there was someone else you can pick apart from the few Sentinels that we have. I mean, Sage technically, I wouldn't necessarily count as a hard Sentinel because
Mm.
she sort of doesn't accomplish the same things that a Killjoy or a Cipher or even a Chamber for that matter does. So I think we should definitely be a new Sentinel would definitely be welcome here. So Riot, please.
I think okay, here we are. I think
Hmm,
the next agent might be the next agent is coming out might be a Sentinel.
perhaps. I hope it would. I hope it is. I hope it is. But here we go. Enough about Sentinels. We're ready with the game. In terms of agent select, agent compositions, we do have almost a mirror matchup here. The only difference we're seeing is Sage will be on the side of the Crazy Girls. In replacement of that is going to be a Reyna double duelist for the side of NOBEAT. And speaking of
Mm.
agents you could pick to showcase your talent, well, we got Reyna here in the side of NOBEAT.
I mean, that definitely means Nobi. They want to try and fight for this aggressive map control here with the Raze and the Reyna in combination. They have Killjoy, which can kind of lock down one whole side of the map. And it seems like it's going to be an A hit from Crazy Girls. This pistol round already coming through, but the paint shells just denies the space completely for them, and they're all trapped outside. Still coming in though. Bankai is trying to do what she can, but Juicer is the one who finds first.
Strike down
The
A.
side take going the way of Crazy Girls.
Overjoy with two massive kills there, and Crazy Girls to warm that site. All four players inside it, nobody playing from main. One flag coming in from Bye, but now Overjoy walking straight into her crosshair. That's a turret down for the count. 2v3. Actually, it's a very doable spot here between her and Minotaur. It's only Jules Savage watching from up above. Barely making that shot connect. 627 to cap off Bye there. That's Crazy Girls with a quick take into A site. Quick first round,
God,
first
nice.
pistol of the game.
What do you think about the new bundle? I just saw it.
Um, listen. It's good. It's not the best. I like it. I like it enough. You know what I mean?
Last player standing.
As a player of Valorant, I'm not really the biggest investor into skins, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
So the new bundle, it's pretty good. It's nice. It's got like some retro game visuals to it, and the sounds. I love the sounds. I love the sounds of it. But I think, for example, the Phantom, it looks a little bit too similar to the Ion almost. But here we go. It's a bit of a forced buy actually from NOBEAT, which reinforced their defense here in sights. Bankai with a paint shell skill onto Jules Savage.
Last
They
player
pinned down the herd
Working out for them, no?
perfectly. Yeah, it worked perfectly. They denied round
Yeah.
number 2.
It was a great force by coming in from NOBEAT. I don't think that Crazy Girls expected them to go on just invest into that round itself, but they have caught them off guard here. And now coming into the third round itself, Crazy Girls, they don't have the weaponry to try and fight this. They might have to go for a aggressive or unorthodox play coming into this round itself, but I'm not sure what they might be able to achieve here. All they are trying to achieve is to get as many of these weapons off the hands of NOBEAT itself.
Let's see. Simon's taking a much slower approach. And ooh, Overjoy little bit too quick on the take there. Against Spectre, 627 and 8 Sad on the board though, so that's 2 kills. That's already 2 guns off of their hands and into the Krazy Girls, into this post plant, Gremmy.
Yeah, and once again, there is a flank coming in though that doesn't have. And Girls are going to try to go for the post plant situation coming in all three sides. Bye-bye, the first to take contact, but it's Bujax and Minotaur who find the picks instead. 6 to 7 tries to go for what she can, but Minotaur cleans it up. And honestly, I think it was a pretty good round for Krazy Girls coming into this, because all they had was pistols, right? And they managed to knock out all these weapons, almost all these weapons from the hands of NOBEAT here.
One enemy remaining.
But I think this next round is where it's gonna be very important for both these teams actually, because it is gonna be a full buy round here.
That was a huge recovery though from NOBEAT. There was a very disadvantageous position on that retake. They had less people. The guns were at a stalemate essentially, so having them winning that round was massive there. Krazy Girls dealing so much damage, 4 people taken down. Bankai actually pushing up so close, so aggressive, and that dry, slow peek gets her 1 kill. Secret trades it out, should not be on the board too, so everyone down in that lobby position is gone, except for just the 1 player with the spike. Should not be slowly making her way into the site. Nobody's there in A. It's wide open for the Krazy Girls to take.
Yeah, spike plant gonna go down as NOBEAT. They have to prepare for this retake. I think there might be contact here in mid. Bye-bye is the one who wins it out. Numbers advantage handed over to NOBEAT.
Krazy Girls, basically, remember, they basically got equal guns at this point. Leers come out, Paranoia come out as well. 6 to 7 unaccounted for. They spot her. Finds 1. Blade Storm available. Watch this. Cloudburst up into the right click, but no reset this time after the Jet ult nerf. NOBEAT 3 on the board after that team ace. But I gotta tell you, Gremmy, these rounds, they're neck and neck. Krazy Girls, they keep finding as much damage as they could. And it all started with this aggressive push from Bankai. Unfortunately, unable to anticipate that there's 3 people there.
Last player standing.
I mean, it was a good initial play from Bankai, but unfortunately, just a second pick. I think she might have been able to almost get 2 there, but that's exactly what you want to see from a double duelist composition coming in from the defense itself, right? You want to see the duelists going for these aggressive picks to find the numbers advantage, but this time around though, Krazy Girls already on the site itself. Bankai picks up 1, but Julesef is traded out. Oh, that's the showstopper invested, but it's down to a 3v3.
Oh, bye-bye. Pushes through the dark cover. They have no clue that she's right outside the door. That's 4th round for NOBEAT, and the retakes here, Gremmy, have been absolutely good. Absolutely crazy here from NOBEAT. I mean, every single time they've made it happen, and this time it was bye-bye to turn it off massively. And of course, Bankai refused to go down without finding damage. Getting 2 before actually finding the dust there meant that they had to find Krazy in this retake. And bye-bye with this super aggressive play. Right as the door was closing, had to make a decision. Is she going to push the smoke, or is she going to stay inside the door? Because she did at just the last second, Ain't Sad wasn't ready for it. NOBEAT taking that round, but Krazy Girls still have a round to invest their guns in, but this might be the last one for theirs.
Yeah, and definitely you see a change of pace coming in from Krazy Girls this time around. They don't want to give up their weaponry so easily, because if they do lose their weapons, it just means that they have to reinvest, and they don't really have the economy to go about doing that. Mid control is the name of the game here though. A Bankai spots out 627. Paint shells come through. 627 manages to get out alive. So dangerous here.
Barely surviving there. But does so. Mid control contested by NOBEAT, so Krazy Girls retreating back to the main positions. Spike all the way down to the attacker side spawn though as Minotaur and Buja sped up. They've set up this beautiful crossfire. Let's see how the Executor is going to go with the dark cover here with the lockdown invested as well.
I don't think the hour drone cleared
Yeah, they didn't see.
Minotaur.
Oh no.
She has to get out though. This ultimate
30
coming
seconds.
into
Oh!
play.
Three
Triply is
Nowhere to run!
Spike
They take control of sight just like that. There's Fury.
player
You stop a little bit too late there. Secret. Oh, ho, ho, ho. What a wide swing from 8-Sad. 3K was massive, and the lockdown really was detrimental to that defense there. It was a 3-person reinforcement
Planted.
into sight, but where did space the
player
lockdown? It was
standing.
so deep as well. I mean, you did say the Al drone did not spot out Minotaur, but because the lockdown was there, she had to leave. She had to leave her position.
Yeah, I think credit must be given to Crazy Girls for playing that really disciplined, waiting until the last second to push in through that dark cover. And you see that in the shadows being invested from Shunabi as well, getting onto the side and making sure no one gets out of the site alive here. And this time, it's NOBEAT who have to go on the eco with sheriffs and specters in their hands.
Cover going out.
Yeah, no beats. Bit of a struggle in terms of economy this time, but Crazy Girls still giving them the respect that they are due. Not really becoming too aggressive. And I would expect No Beat would actually be a little bit more aggressive than this, given they do have a double duelist. Minotaur again in logs. Again, the alt drone doesn't clear her.
Oh.
Oh, now it sees her.
She spotted.
Okay. She's gonna have to run away for now. Minotaur like her best to stay alive. Alarm bot has seen her, but she's still in the far corner to the left, right there by the switch. And they don't want anything to do with her. The moment that they saw the alarm bot come out, they didn't know where Minotaur was. So Crazy Girl is going for a rotate this time, taking control of mid. Dark cover, but the bye might push up. I don't think they're going to be watching
30
this smoke
seconds
after
left.
they make their way into Cat. The perfect time for
Oh.
bye to come out. Jules Savage for the trade. Overjoy uses the resurrect as they make their way into a site. Bye comes out from mid. The Hunter's Fury. Uh-oh, Shunabi is up close here. This might not be the best spot to be. Secrets.
10 seconds left.
It's 2v1 in this post plant.
One
1v1.
enemy remaining.
Spike not down yet. Uh-oh.
Spike planted.
Minotaur, perfect timing on that entry. And again, it comes down to the last person here, Gremmy. 4 people down for no beats, but they still secure the round.
And I think it was an eco round from them as well. I think there was a cloudburst coming in that just gave Bujax an angle, an opening to deny this easy side take from the side of Crazy Girls here, which made their job so much harder. And Minotaur was just able to clean it up. And with this lockdown available, retakes are gonna be so much easier for them coming into this next round.
Let's see. So far, the rounds have been neck and neck, but pretty darned fast here, Gremmy. Crazy Girls again off to,
Speaking
Claim.
of fast,
yeah. A little bit of mid control. Bye again. Just trying to hold the line here. Nickel Dart only spots one person. They don't clear her, but the TP play doesn't work either. 627 shutting her down means that they take control of market until Minotaur shows up. So back to square one. 4v3. Crazy Girls trying to make their way into B.
that's spiked down. Bujax picks up one.
Ooh.
Shunabi for the trade. Still, numbers advantage in the hands of NOBEAT. But 8-Sad might have a timing. No, she doesn't. She's not looking in the right direction. Secret is the one who takes her out. It's all up to Shunabi. She can't do anything. Bankai cleans the round up. 6-2 scoreline here for them.
So far, so good. No beats, just waiting for the opportune moment to strike here every single time. Crazy Girls really have been struggling to take control of these sites even.
One enemy
Look at
remaining.
just how deep Secret got into that position because the numbers were just dwindled for Crazy Girls there. perhaps it's time for Crazy Girls to find a little bit more map real estate before actually executing into sight, because I think that's the main problem with their strat right now. Yes, a bit of tempo is good. You don't have the map control to back it up with. You're gonna have a bit of loose ends to watch out for. And again, it's the same problem this time. Look, if they get flanked here, it's a massively dangerous position to be in. 627 pushing into sight, TP's into sight as well. Overjoy for the trade on Secret, still in sight. Wuja X still all the way up in heaven. Empress is activated. So one more frag and she should be able to get herself into safety. Actually, don't even need a frag. Dark cover is gonna be there. She wants to push this, Remy.
The spike's down. They have to retrieve it. Spots the head of
Oh, no.
627. Oh no! Things look so dangerous. The spike plant is gonna go down though. 3v3 situation here as the lockdown gonna come through. All these players, they have to make a choice. Push this lockdown, make their way off the site. And it seems like 627 has made hers. Bye-bye though. Good for one. Lockdown destroyed.
Oh.
2v2. Oh.
Oh!
Wow.
Nice attempt there for 627 on the right click, but snappy on the shot. Minotaur
Last player
providing
standing.
cover for bye-bye as she goes bye-bye. The defuse has already been halved. The frenzy's not powerful enough. It's not on the right place. And that's NOBEAT with the stick. Minotaur with the frag as well. 7-2. Man, the retakes here, Gremmy, absolutely impeccable. For the side
Spike
of
down A.
NOBEAT. Take a look at this as well. Buja just holding on for the longest time. Bye-bye with the nasty shot onto 627.
Last player standing.
At the end of it, well, Shinabi with a decent attempt. But still, a ton of damage done. Remember, that was an eco for Crazy Girls, and
Track them down.
they still took down 4 members from NOBEAT. This is the reason why the game is still so close, despite the rounds maybe not reflecting it. It's because the frags are almost at an equal level.
Yeah, I mean, Crazy Girls, they have to find something. I mean, to be fair, they do have 2 sentinels here, so attacking not their best suit. Already one player gonna fall on the side of Crazy Girls. That's the Sova as well. It means so much less information to be able to be garnered for their team, which makes hitting a site or even trying to gain any sense of map control so much harder for them.
Oh,
And they're trying to get 627 up into this mid position. Bankai might be ready for this though. Spots the shoulder. She's aware. But Overjoy is here. For the backup, it seems to be a mid split. Ending A here. But whoa, this paranoia
yeah. Perfect
30
there.
stalls
Seconds
so
left.
much time for Bankai here. She's trying to
Oh,
hold on, but she's overrun by players of Crazy Girls. Has to get spike plant down, lockdown gonna go down as well to deny this defuse, this retake coming in from NOBEAT.
oh gotta be careful with the flank though. Lockdown buys them so much time, and Crazy Girls finally this time take a little bit of a slower approach, make their way into sight, get themselves in pretty good positions. And from the shadows, just find a little bit of info, just finds one person from hell. Oh, what a flick from
No!
627. Tailwind to safety. Bye-bye opens up the door and says goodnight. But the retake still halfway done. Half HP left on both the defenders here. Minotaur goes down. It's all down to bye-bye. Overjoy is pushing up. Such easy pickings for her. 3-7 Crazy Girls. This is the reason why I was a little bit surprised that Crazy Girls are taking each round very, very quickly, because they did say they have 2 Sentinel. Now if they try slowing it down, use a little bit more of that utility, play a little bit more together, it worked out. And this is the type of playstyle I was expecting from them. Finally, they bring it out, and this might be the start of a trend here for Crazy Girls. Perhaps if they continue on just playing like that with a defaulty approach, they could perhaps push us into the 2-round deficit, which of course is the best position they could put themselves in going into the second half.
I mean, I think any round you take on attacking side on Ascent itself is so valuable, because this map is pretty defender-sided in my opinion. And with the stalling utility that the side of NOBEAT has in the form of the paint shells, the nanoswarms, as well as the shock darts, it just makes Krazy Girls' side take so much harder if they don't have that offensive power. But I do say though, their entries have been pretty good so far. We see the tailwind coming out from the side of Krazy Girls as they entry out the side, as well as the Shrouded Step coming in from Shunabi herself.
Scanning ahead.
That's how they're
There they
able
are.
to overrun the site with, despite having lower buys sometimes, they're still able to make the rounds come so close. And as you mentioned, Datum, they are trying to bait out a little bit of utility from NOBEAT here, trying to play it slower this time around. They don't have as much aggressive
Yes.
firepower as compared to NOBEAT. So they have to find these initial picks at the start of these rounds.
Yeah, this is the type of playstyle that I like to see from Krazy Girls. They're waiting for NOBEAT to make the mistake, waiting for them to go in and walk into them. Now they decided to become proactive. The paint shells come out. A little bit of info being what? But Minotaur
Oh.
just a stinger. Enough to shut down Overjoy, not expecting her in that corner. Now the flank is gone. Paranoia, that signals to execute, but Showstopper is right there! Oh, it doesn't found anyone! Bad guy goes down, Gremmy! Sight is in the hands of Krazy Girls.
That was so close, Bankai. She had a showstopper in her hands, but unfortunately she was unable to deny the side take from the side of Krazy Girls. Now down to the 4v4 situation, they did have a rifle retrieved from Minotaur though, and bye-bye. Coming in from the flank again.
No.
Oh no.
Getting the shot in.
It's the Spectre, it's the Spectre.
Yes. Spencer and Buja though pushing in from above. It's the fall, the death squad from heaven. Secret good for two. NOBEAT, barely any investment into that round. Just the stingers, the specters. Again, they make the retake work. That's the biggest problem here for Krazy Girls, Gremmy. They're unable to defend
Last round.
on this post plant. I mean, barring this fact that Overjoy got shut down, which of course is a massive factor in that post plant. Still unable to hold the line on both the flank and that door position. And that's the recurring theme that I'm seeing. When Minotaur goes down, or rather when Overjoy goes down, they don't have enough of that defensive util on that post plant. They should really reallocate their crosshair placements on that retake if they want to increase their chances against NOBEAT, whose post plant have been crazy good. The retakes have been amazing from NOBEAT here.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And I think in that last round itself, Overjoy going down was the detriment, the downfall of Krazy Girls. As you mentioned, they didn't have any utility left for the flank, as well as the post plant. But this time around, though, Hunter's Fury invested, but
that's
nothing
blind.
found in secret. In return, responds with a headshot of her own.
Beautiful shots. Yeah, Hunter's Fury used blind there by Jewel Savage. Oh, that is not a blind Hunter's
That is
Fury
not
though.
blind.
Secret, doesn't get the tag quite in. But it does buy so much time. Rotate still coming in. 3 people in sight, 1 person in mid. So this B-side push might not be the best idea. That's a recon spotting 3 as well. Krazy Girls have to decide right now. Do they rotate? Do they take control of mid? Looks like it's going for the latter. Bankai making away back into safety. It's a 3 push. Now Krazy Girls looking for the A-side execute.
Oh, the
30
timing.
seconds left.
No! Oh, that is rough for
Enemy
Overjoy.
remaining.
Gosh.
Spike down.
Minotaur
A.
holding the line. Yeah. Yeah, that's just a series of unfortunate events there.
Switching sides.
Oh,
I mean, talking about that last round itself, I think Minotaur played a huge part in being able to just deny so much space from the side
True.
of Krazy
enemy
Girls,
remaining.
because she had her utility
Spike
holding down the
down
A
A.
side. She herself was holding this tree position here, and because all the players of Krazy Girls, they were just in a death ball up B main. They had no map control whatsoever to be able to play off of. And we are gonna see the second pistol round of this game itself. Sides swapped here,
yeah, Krazy
coming
Girls.
in.
Krazy Girls have got to win this pistol round. They've got to. Sort of get the ball rolling, get the curse activated here, Gremmy. We'll have to wait and see though, because the spike is all the way back deep into A lobby.
Oh.
And this is the type of playstyle actually that I expected Krazy Girls to pull out the moment they went onto the attack. Look at how slow NOBEAT is playing. And look at their player allocation as well. Duelists playing together, Omen and Sova playing together, and that's a Killjoy for the flank. This is a standard take here, but until Bankai goes down, 627 is just gonna botch that site take. Both duelists struggling to take control of the site. Buja goes down too. 627 single-handedly holding on to A.
The spike still all the way
Oh
in the
no,
spawn,
Minotaur
though.
didn't see.
Oh,
Okay, should we discipline? No!
oh no, oh no.
Minotaur! Shot in,
remaining.
8 sat, no,
30
right click
seconds
connects. Okay, it's all down to Secret. Moving on to the spike, it's a 1v4. Does have an Aldro, no armor anymore. Just a classic. And 16 seconds left. There's a chance here. If she gets first 3 kills in
10
the span of
seconds
4 seconds. But no, I don't think so. Not anymore. Just fighting as much damage as they can. Now that they know where Secret is. Okay, she's getting swarmed. Right click. Ain't sad. She's on the hunt. Secret's got to lose the gun. Doesn't she?
Yeah, I mean, I think Krazy Girls, they know that keeping
Keeping her alive.
Secret alive is kind of more valuable
Enemy remaining.
in their opinion, because in that second, in the other half itself, after the first pistol round, even though NOBEAT, I think they lost the pistol round, they came in guns blazing with the force buy as they're doing again.
Oh,
But this time, Secret doesn't have that weapon upgrade in her hands,
That's
just
true.
because of that economy not working out for her.
yeah.
There.
Oh, I like this play. Catwalk. They're crawling their way up from it. Krazy Girls, all 4 players just outside of tree. No info being made. Look at Krazy Girls. They don't know if they should rotate or not. 3 people here in A site though, so NOBEAT gotta be careful where they tread. Still have 1 dark cover to work with, but the Aldrone comes out. Look at the utility usage. They're looking to breach tree. Aldrone spots out the bulk. Some of the players here, Stingers, Inspectors, just making their noise from the short range. Gunfight, Shinabi. Oh no, that's no place to pull out the paranoia. Jewel Savage has to help her teammate,
The
but Bye Bye
knife.
finds a knife. Huh?
Last player
And
standing.
Overjoy finally here to the
Enemy
party. Bye Bye thins the herd. It's a 1v1. On just ready. Yeah, Bye Bye. Just taking on the fight head on. Krazy Girls back on the board. They deny this time the force buy. Be sure it came down to the last player, but they won the round.
Last player standing.
Bye Bye got a knife.
Enemy remaining.
I don't know how that happened, honestly. It's just
I-
everyone had a Spectre and a Stinger, and somehow Bye Bye finds a net kill. How does that happen?
But I really like what NOBEAT is doing here, though. You see, in the past 2 rounds, they've actively tried to go for this mid control, which is pretty important for a map like Ascent. You want to have that mid control to be able to freely choose where you want to go. And this Sage, the Barrier Orb, is good for denying a mid B split. So this time around, NOBEAT, they don't really have the guns to work with. So they're taking things a little bit slower. And once again, we see this mid control trying to be established by NOBEAT, and on the other side, Krazy Girls, they don't have as much information to work with. And they have to keep a couple of players on this B side itself.
Look at Minotaur.
Minotaur. This feels like deja vu. She's been playing here in defense, and now she's here on attack.
All she has to do is make a bit of noise. Find a frag maybe. Draw a bit of attention towards that B site. To open up the A position where the teammates are at. And there you go. Minotaur is not going to help Secret there, but she finds a straggler. 627 goes down. And Sand on the hunt. It's a 1v1. Look at just how
Last
awkward this
player
fight is. 8sad finally going down with a one tap from Bye Bye. Now it's Jules Savage. Ooh, okay. What a shot anticipating Bankai there. This is actually doable here, Gremmy. 2v1.
Revealing area.
Yeah, and Jules Savage still has her half armor as well as a Spectre in her hands. And on the side of Nobi though, they're not really playing together, which I think would have been the most optimal play. But if Bye Bye can get a timing here with her Sheriff,
Uh-oh.
Not ready yet.
Jules Savage. She knows one person is in main, so she can go for the 1v1.
One
She
enemy
gets
remaining.
bonked, but still full HP. Jules Savage taking matters into her own hands. Diffuse. Getting stuck to half at least. And the swing is perfect. Jules Savage has got the timing down. And the spike diffuse. The clutch done and dusted. Krazy Girls put themselves to 6.
that honestly that
Last player
looked
standing.
so dangerous for the side of Krazy Girls there.
One enemy remaining.
But fortunately, she was able to win it out.
Yeah.
And coming into this next round, it is gonna be
There.
footballs for both the teams with an operator in play. In mid, I think they want to try and deny this mid control from the side of Nobeat here, but it is gonna be a fast B hit this time around from the side of Nobeat. Already making their way onto the side itself.
NOBEAT with the conditioning. They've been pulling out the default time and time again. Now they go for the rush. Krazy Girls caught unaware. Especially on the gun round too. Perfectly timed here for the NOBEAT gang. Now Krazy Girls, first time that they're going to be going for a 5-on-5 retake, so they have no clue how NOBEAT approaches this defense. Puja from up close. Uh-oh, they don't clear her. Winter Secret good for one and ain't sad. Uh-oh, can be seen through her ponytail. Puja X holds the line. And everyone else contributes as well. NOBEAT, double digit, 10-6 and Krazy Girls. Well, they're back to the 4-round deficit.
Yeah, that was a round coming out from Nobi. They completely caught.
Remaining.
They completely just caught Krazy Girls off guard, and I think with this timeout coming through for the side of Krazy Girls, they have to take a little bit of time to discuss what exactly is it that they want to do coming into these next few rounds to try and deny the match from going the way of NOBEAT here. And NOBEAT, with their double duelist setup, in that last round itself, you just saw the strength of that double duelist. The composition, because of the Raze and the Reyna making so much space onto the side that Krazy Girls just aren't able to respond at all.
And as I said, it was part of the conditioning that NOBEAT has done in this attack. Every single attacking round, they went for a default slow approach and then at least one flanking member. This time they went all in. Quick side take, Empress abound as well. And Krazy Girls had no choice but to give the side away. They had to run off because, well, they're getting swarmed. There was, what, 2 people, 3 people at most in B side. Against the blunt force of 5 people running into you with utility getting pumped into your face. I mean, not really much else to do but run away, right? So Krazy Girls
Yeah.
back to an eco this time. Shorties abound. And Krazy Girls, well, I think this reserved playstyle for them at some point has to be challenged. At some point has to be questioned. Especially now when they're on the eco rounds. They could perhaps look to bring the fight into the hands of NOBEAT. Maybe go for a double swing down in A, but no such thing this time. Just a shorty shenanigan, but Overjoy quickly dealt with by Minotaur.
And that's the Killjoy utility going down on the side, on the B side itself. And Ain't Sad has so much work to do here. Might get cleared out by this Owl Drone. They know she's here. Bankai sashing her way onto the side itself. And their recon dot just completely denies information. Rujax
Spike planted.
picks up the kill in mid. Shinabi gets spotted out as well, and this retake is looking so difficult. For the side of Krazy Girls here is Bankai. She doesn't care, she's just going for more with blood. thirsty eyes. Picks up 2 in a round. That's 11 points on the side of NOBEAT.
Yeah, flawless here for NOBEAT, Gremmy, and it's starting to look, well, it's looking scary for Krazy Girls now. Playing up against Match Point. And they gotta be...
One enemy remaining.
Are they allowed timeouts here? I think if they're allowed timeouts, they should be going for it now. I mean,
I think they just took a timeout like a round ago or something.
did they? I don't think so. Anyway, if they are allowed to take timeouts, they should do so at this point. Oh my gosh! 627 with a nasty frag. Okay, Trade stopped that kill from the other side, but okay. Spots out a headshot. Spike still in the base here of NOBEAT in the spawn.
I think NOBEAT might have expected aggression to come through. You see the positioning
True.
of Bankai up there. Able to find one. That's a Sova down as well, and that means no information on the side of Krazy Girls. They do have the resurrection to work with though, but I think NOBEAT is gonna
How do you-
completely deny
Yeah.
that
How do you get
space from being
close?
taken.
How do you get close from this? Tell you what though,
4
one
players.
is not clear. 627 right
They might
there.
know.
They don't know, Gremmy. They don't know. Are they gonna clear it, Gremmy? I don't think so.
I don't think so. She might have the timing to work with here. Finds the first, but can she find anything else? Yes, she can.
Down A.
But it's locked down. Oh no.
Yeah, she goes down either way. Tries, nice attempt there. Krazy Girls though, off of that man advantage that their teammates have
I have the spike.
gotten. The resurrect as well. Spike retrieved. 14 seconds. She has to go for the plant here, but Buja is all alone. 1v3. She has a dismiss Empress, but no luck. Overjoy shuts her down. And Krazy Girls, they don't need no timeout, Gremmy. They're just gonna reset. They're gonna play aggressive. Get themselves to 7-11.
Just like the shot.
Spike down.
She was
A.
ready for the
30
pop-off
seconds.
too, and then bonk, detained.
Spike planted.
But I mean, that was a really good round coming in from Krazy Girls and 627 especially. And with this change of pace, I think they're gonna kind of switch back to their normal defense default though. No more aggression coming in, but will they be able to deal with this 5-man push coming in from NOBEAT is the question. Just 3 players on the side itself, already following up behind this owl drone with the Empress going onto the side. Off the back of that showstopper, but oh my god.
How did 627 find that frag? Joe Savage with a blind recon as well. A blind Hunter's Fury at that. Gets 2 from the get-go. Krazy Girls starting off with a stellar defense until Buja uses that Empress with 1 frag. 627, that of the duelists. Nice wing, but Buja X anticipating that crouching peek. Uh-oh, she's in a bit of trouble. Still gets the frag. How is this possible? But Overjoy quickly ends her of her dreams as Buja X go down. And Krazy Girls up to 11. They're making it close. Gremmy down to 3 now. They're crawling back up. I think they're starting to break NOBEAT's bank as well. I think this is the round where NOBEAT goes for an eco.
Our spike's down.
Yeah, I agree with you. That shot from 627, I can't get over that. Overall, a really good round coming in from the side of Krazy Girls, but they did invest 2 very powerful ultimates into that, the lockdown as well as the Hunter's Fury. So, oh, actually, they still have money. NOBEAT still has money coming to this next round itself. And if they can just tip the balance here, deny this round from the side of Krazy Girls, they'll be on match point. Early information, no one down A.
Yeah.
It's a fast mid hit.
Oh, they still have their guns, actually. So perhaps this might be the last round that they could afford. If they lose it, after,
Oh.
of course.
Oh, that was kind of unfortunate. You Savage just takes damage at the wrong time as Ain't Sad. Kill himself. It's okay. Minotaur though picks up the first. And then from the shadows coming in.
Wow. Okay.
Blocking sight.
627 from behind.
One
Oh,
enemy
she finds
remaining.
the opening and
Spike
Overjoy.
down B.
Capitalize off that distraction from 627. Again, Crazy Girls thin down the herd to 1. Bye only has a Guardian here, Gremmy.
And this off angle from 627 doesn't expect
Oh!
Bye to come from mid though. She has a weapon upgrade. Not gonna go for it. Oh, she's being at stairs. Oh,
Wow. I'm liking the confidence there from Bye. She walked around what, 3 Vandals? Still didn't get the upgrade. She wanted to use a Guardian to get one tap, but time just didn't work out for her. Paranoia went down just as she took the spike.
Spike down.
And that defense actually, it was looking pretty good for NOBEAT until 627 came in from behind. When 627 pushed up from mid, Overjoy just popped off. They didn't know where to look. NOBEAT didn't know where to look. Are we going to look into sight? Are we going to reinforce the back? They just ran into sight, into Overjoy's waiting arms. Now timeout is going to come out from NOBEAT. Not Crazy Girls, but from NOBEAT. So they can feel the pressure now, Gremmy. They know that a comeback is very more getting more and more likely after each and every round from Crazy Girls.
yeah, I mean, with this round, I think NOBEAT, they have to go on the eco. But we've seen them frag on low buys and eco rounds as well. So I think they might be cooking up something up their sleeve here.
Let them cook.
Let them cook. You see the
Perhaps.
pings coming out on the map actually. They seems like they want to go for a mid B
Placing
split,
swarm grenade.
Perhaps.
Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade.
unless
Time for a field test.
Sending one player to flank again. That's
actually no, they're
Minotaur.
forcing.
Okay. Operator though. Oh, how do you get that shot in?
Shoulder.
The mini flick from 627. Wow. Okay. First time to bring out the operator in this game. 627 looking to make a massive impact with this, Grem.
She's aware. She knows that NOBEAT, they love to play for this mid control.
Wow.
She finds the second death, another duel is down. Bankai falls. Information garnered though, but nothing can be done at all. Ain't sad. 2 players lurking up mid. But Ain't Sad finds the timing on the first. Trade unable to come through, denied by the slow orb. It's down to the 2v5. So much to do. Secret has to go big here. Finds the first, Ain't Sad, but Overjoy, same position as last round. Making a way back onto the site itself.
Scanning ahead.
NOBEAT, they have to
30
regroup
seconds
here
left.
though and hit the site. But reinforcements already coming in.
One enemy remaining.
Is Shunabi coming in from the spawn, and Overjoy all that time has been in boathouse of Crazy Girls. 10 to 11, NOBEAT shut down. But is this operator 627? Look at those couple of kills that she got. Those are 2 mini flicks, and after those 2 frags from her, NOBEAT was like, nope, and I ain't walking through that operator. I'm
I
not
think
going into A side.
with
Nope.
both the duelists getting knocked out by that operator, they have
Yeah.
lost. They just lost their firepower, their
True.
entries onto the site itself. This time though, the read not so good coming in from 627. It seems like it's gonna be a fast B hit coming in from NOBEAT. Overjoy has so much to do on the site itself.
Targets destroyed.
Can she make a miracle happen? But the cavalry's here in the form of Shunabi.
Satchel out.
Go. Headshot doesn't connect. It ain't sad to take them all down. Operator doesn't connect either, but it doesn't matter. Bye is here though.
Down.
2v2, Gremmy.
Last player
Shunabi
standing.
picks up Secret. Crazy Girls again. Cover going out. Making things happen, making magic happen. Bye doesn't have the spike. Oh, it's all the
no.
way down in logs. How can she get this?
This is dangerous.
Can't use that yet.
Overjoy. Using the turret to gain information instead. It's gonna get smoked
30
off.
seconds left.
I think we might know where she's playing now. With the smoke coming in. Flick.
Biometrics.
That's rough. Bye, unable to even get that one frag.
Everyone note down
It's
your
11 to 11
observations.
now. They've
Let's
even
run it.
upped the scoreline here, Gremmy. Out of nothing, it felt like.
Spike down B.
4 to 8. Or 3 to 9, actually. Not 4 to
Curse,
8.
as you said, curse activated.
Yeah. Wow, crazy girls. Defense is absolutely beautiful here. Double Sentinel definitely paying off. And of course, gotta address the elephant in the room. 627's operator is just a massive headache. And on top of NOBEAT consistently force buying, they refuse to save. It's been 3 rounds in a row where they force bots. So they have to make it work now. They literally have to make it work now. Otherwise, they risk playing against match point.
They
Without
do
any
know that the
guns.
operator is here
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, they do. They do. That's true.
Oh, the sound. The sound. I'm still thinking about a new bundle, honestly.
You're gonna get it?
I mean, I have the Phantom.
You have the Phantom. How is it? Do you like it enough? I mean,
You should run.
you gonna buy the whole bundle after the Phantom or no?
I don't think so. That's a lot of money.
It is. That's true. Here we go,
You know
though.
what else is a lot of
Execute.
money? The operator.
True. Operator now making its way towards the site. So
Oh.
it could be a full-on retake here, Gremmy. 5v4. Crazy Girls. This is a spot they haven't found themselves in 5 rounds in a row. Let's see if they can pull it off.
Oh, spotted out. The operator Bankai. She's aware. The Blaze's gonna come through. 627 finds the first.
Oh!
Oh,
No
what a
time
shot!
for you.
But they haven't cleared out Minotaur though. I think things work from his position in main. Finds another kill here, denying this defuse from coming through, but
Wait,
she can't stall
wait.
for that long.
Do they have enough time?
I think they do. They
They
do.
do. Oh my gosh.
My
Okay,
ultimate
they kind of got me worried for a second there. They were looking for the frags and no one was defusing. I thought Crazy Girls. Wait, hold up. Maybe actually defuse this? Turns out they could. And 627 again.
Sample your tech
Leading
by
that charge there at the Blade Storm and an op. Look at how she got those couple of kills.
Last player standing.
Gets a frag, instantly switches back to the Blades and into the op for a third frag on the board. And if you were questioning just how effective an op could be on that retake, 627 is like very effective. Watch this.
Very effective. Actually, watch this because of the Blade Storm too.
True. And now look, NOBEAT, because they kept force buying, they're playing against match point with barely any assault rifles. This is not a place you want to be in, especially after such a dominating first half. To be this deep without guns, it's really, really tough to take.
627 posting up at his aggressive angle, but space is completely denied by this Odin here. So dark cover fades.
Fire in the hole!
Showstopper. Invested into this round itself. Will 627 be able to hit another shot? That's the question here. Minotaur and Buja, they're the ones who find the picks.
Shorty. Oh, straight into the face of Bankai. She's still gotten off. 627 gets another frag. How is she doing this? The lockdown. Buy them so much time. From behind. Bye-bye. Goes down. It's all down to Secret. From up close and personal has his Bulldog and the spike. And 8sat is ready for that swing. 13 to 11. Crazy Girls turn it around. Secure the first game of the day.
What a great first game that was, honestly. The comeback was insane, and 627 on the top of the scoreboard with 321 ACS. And bye-bye Buja. Not too far behind as well.
Yeah, that was a showing and a half from 627. The moment she got that op, she just started shining and never let go of that operator. Quite literally, until the end of the game, she was holding on to the same operator. I mean, credit where credit is due. That was a very, very good attacking half from No Beat, but just unable to come back after the attacking half. The defense just not their forte. You could see, well, the retake were absolutely amazing, but they just couldn't hold the line against a Crazy Girls that was going crazy. 627 was just a completely different beast in that second half. Credit where credit's due. Well, they kept Minotaur down. Minotaur kept looking for opportunities to go for the flank and perhaps look for an opening from behind. Bye as well. You can see them doing that so many times. But the Crazy Girls, they were ready for it every single time. It felt like,
I
and
think on
yeah,
the on the Crazy Girls attacking side itself, they weren't as ready. As you could see from Overjoy's utility, she didn't really have that flank watch available for the team, which led to them getting caught out a couple of times. But they turned
true.
it around on the defense itself. Overjoy in that one round where she was holding from stash, with that pinch coming in from 627, I think the whole team pulled their weight in making this comeback possible for them, and they are going to be advancing into the next round of these upper brackets.
Yeah, it's not the end of the day here for No Beat though. They will be dropped down into the lower bracket. Well, they're going to be facing some other team to perhaps get a chance to go back into this series. But Crazy Girls, congratulations! They will be advancing into the next stage, and that is the first game of the day. Such action-packed match already here, Gremmy, and we almost went into overtime. Can you believe that? The game felt so fast, but we almost went into overtime. I mean, that's Academy for you. We will be showcasing two other matches, guys. That's just the first game of the day, so don't go anywhere because we'll be right back with the VCT Game Changers Academy. So don't go anywhere.
Show me what you got. Down, up, back, back, up, got down, up, back, back, 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 got. Ain't no reason to back down, so step it up. Got down, up, back, back, 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 got down.
Got the money in the bank. Hit you with the. Hit you with the bank. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang, 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 bang. I'm a boss, yeah, you know that I'm finna shine. Got the money in the bank. Got the money in the bank. Got the money in the bank. Bank, 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 bank. Got the money in the bank.
Hit you with the 808.
Hit you with the. Hit you with the bank. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang, 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 bang. I'm a boss, yeah, you know that I'm finna shine.
Welcome back, folks. You're still watching the very first Game Changers Academy this 2023, this April. My name is Datum, and I'm casting here today with my very good friend, the goated caster herself, Gremmy Z. How are you feeling, Gremmy, about that first game?
I mean, I'm feeling pumped up after that first game. We had a very close match between Crazy Girls and NOBEAT. It was 9-3 in the favor on the first half for NOBEAT. But then after that, Crazy Girls curse activated, as you said before. They came back and won 13-11, and so now NOBEAT, they are gonna be heading into the lower bracket. They still have a shot at making it back up, but they will have to fight their way there, and that is what we're gonna cover here now.
Exactly. No beat. We're going to be following their journey in the lower bracket now. And as you mentioned, it is going to be a revenge matchup with the very team that they sent in the lower bracket yesterday. They're going to be facing off against against Astro Nemesis. But do tell me more about that game yesterday. Isn't No Beat wasn't it a well, I don't want to say the words one-sided, but wasn't it a dominating performance from No Beat yesterday?
Yeah, it definitely was, and it was on Haven itself, which is a pretty attacker-sided map. Nobi themselves, I think they're pretty good at their aggression and attacking playstyle, as we saw on the Ascent map earlier on. And it seems like they want to bring it back into this game itself. We are going to be back on Ascent, a familiar map here for those of you who watched map one, but we are going to see a little bit of a agent switch up from a couple of these players here on Nobi.
Still a double duelist either way. Secrets on the Reina though, and well, almost the same composition from them on the last game. I believe they did go for a double
Oh.
duelist as well. The main difference excuse me, the main difference being that it was Buja
Oh.
that was on the
Select
Reina
your
last time.
agent.
Right now, it is going to be Secret. So it's going to be the switch up of duelists for them. 627, oh no, not 627, but Bankai back on the Omen and Minotaur on that Killjoy. So it pretty much is a almost a mirror composition here is if Jasmine goes for a double duelist, but we're gonna have to find out later on. But either way, Grammy, I think the double duelist wasn't necessarily a problem for NOBEAT in that last game. I mean, they are a pretty aggressive team. It complements their type of playstyle really, really well. What I think they just lacked in that last game is the defensive side, right? That's the side where they kind of struggled, fumbled a little bit to say the least. They were struggling to just defend the side, and even after the fact, they were struggling to go for the retake, which is mind-boggling to me. I think one of the main issues that they had with the strats in that first game is that they refused to go for a retake. They each and every time they attempted to go and try and defend the sites before it got taken, when I think they should have just gone for the latter because that's where their competition is going to sign, just full on retake.
Yeah, that's true. With a double duelist composition, you really want to be prioritizing those retakes because as a duelist, you don't really have the utility to be able to hold the site on your own. Rather, you can choose to wait for backup in the form of your initiators to gather information. Then you can go in for this retake and frag out. And I think in that previous match itself, their defensive side was pretty good. It was more lacking on the offense, which was where they lost out in the second half of the map itself. And despite having a double duelist composition, they are really playing for this a lot of aggression. A lot of times you see them slow pushing up, like heading for A split or B split, but it does pay off sometimes, but when you have an aggressive composition like a Raze and a Reyna, you really want to be capitalizing off that the burst firepower that you have of the Raze.
Yeah, absolutely. And we did see a lot of that in that last game. So I'm really excited to see just how that performance is going to be, especially now that it is a switch up. As I mentioned, it's Buja going to be on the playing the Raze now and Secret on the Reyna. And I'm really liking just how confident all of these players are, right? Switching up roles, playing Reynas, passing it around. And Reyna in and of itself is a very niche pick or almost unseen in high level play, right? But these players picking it here means that they are
Choose
very
your agent.
game, and them switching it around means every one of them is confident playing it in this map. Of course, we're going into the familiar territory of Ascent. They're playing against a similar comp to which they played against earlier. It's a double initiator on the other side instead of a double sentinel, but either way, a ton of utility on the Astro Nemesis side.
Yeah, I think for the side of Astro Nemesis, they're gonna be playing for a lot more defaults. They have the double initiator composition to try and garner as much information as they can before they hit a site or gather information on where their enemies are gonna be heading towards. And with this, I think one thing interesting to point out is that Bankai, who was previously on the Raze with so much firepower, she's now on the Omen.
True. Could pave the way for some interesting Omen plays. I mean, that's one of the things that you like about the Omen, right? It's the one controller that can sort of act like a pseudo duelist. I mean, I guess you could say the same for a Harbor, but nobody plays Harbor. I wish more people played Harbor. Honestly,
I love Harbor.
yeah, I honestly wish people played less duelists and more Harbor, but it is what it is. I wish we see more Harbor. Maybe in the last game we're going to be seeing Harbor, but in a sense, the odds of seeing a Harbor are relatively low because you can't really make the most out of his kits. Typically, you see him in bigger maps, like maybe Pearl or even Breeze. But for now, it's going to be pretty standard. It's sort of throwback compositions for both these squads, right? We're not even seeing a single KO. And Astro Nemesis rocking the Sky instead. But either way, a ton of that extra bit of utility is certainly welcome for me. And you can definitely play Sky aggressively anyway. It can definitely act as sort of a secondary, even a tertiary duelist for that.
Actually being denied the space though. Freya picks up the first in the form of Secret. Do they win their fights on the site? No, they don't. Freya good for another. That was to the 3v3 actually as Bankai evens out the odds. in their favor.
Planted.
Jasmine, unfortunately, unable to find that frag onto Minotaur. And that means the turret is still up, able to garner information from heaven. With
3v2.
this coming in, will they be expecting
Last player
question?
standing.
Oh!
Unfortunately, they were unable to find that
Revealing
headshot.
area.
It's all up to Cheeky. Oh my god. The recon dodges
Yeah.
got stuck on him.
There you go, no beat. First on the board. And remember, this is a rematch from yesterday. 13-4 was the score in Haven in favor of No Beat. Astro looking to redeem themselves and looking to keep themselves alive in Academy. Remember, this is lower bracket. It's an elimination match between these two teams. No Beats fighting, both teams fighting for their lives. No Beats, well, looking to reassert that dominance against Astro, and Astro looking for that revenge. My eyes are on players of Astro Nemesis here, particularly just how they're going to approach this defensive side. Are they going to be aggressive? Seems like for the most part they won't be, as No Beat again go in for a rush into B side. I believe there is no rush for Astro Nemesis, or rather no force buy. They're playing reservedly here. Chicky, she's contemplating if she's going to push the door. Free finds bye actually. It's gonna be a 5v4 retake after that. Classics not really working out well, as Booja X just mow them down.
Last player standing.
So that's player from Astro trying to say and find something, but no. Jasmine just goes down with the shorty. And pretty clean sight, a pretty clean round for No Beat there.
Very clean actually. I'm not sure how Freedom got that
Last
first pick,
player
but
standing.
unfortunately they weren't able to follow up after that, and Nobi, they just cleaned up the side. And I think coming into this next round is what I'm gonna be looking at. It's supposedly a buy round for these teams, but Dewa and Jasmine actually opting for the half shields and specters. So I think my eyes will be on them this time around to try and get their first point on the board here. Jasmine with this guiding light trying to garner some information. Nothing found though.
Such a slow approach this time from No Beat.
Oh,
Do have the guns.
I
don't
don't
have the
I don't
guns.
think they know. I don't
Yeah.
think they know.
No info on that bird. They're gonna push here, Grem.
Trailblazer are going the wrong direction. Oh no, this looks so dangerous. Somehow she's able to win the fight, but not before Buja and Bye Bye find picks of their own, and it's all up to Freedom to try and find this opening. Q unfortunately does not expect Buja from this angle up top of Jen. Cheeky though catches off Minotaur, trying to even up the odds here.
It's already looking reminiscent of that game yesterday. Astro Nemesis on their buy round, not really
Last player standing.
getting the man advantage.
no.
Oh, Paranoia is perfect. Buja right around the corner. Well, she doesn't expect this right angle from Cheeky, but places the blast pack perfectly. No Beat denying round number 3 from Astro. They're starting off fantastically in this ascent round.
Yeah, definitely agree with you. There's 3 points on the board. The side of No Beat. They really want to fight their way back into this whole tournament itself, and in my opinion, I think Jasmine from the guiding light, there was twice that she might have been able to garner information, but unfortunately was unable to do so, which led to this very aggressive push coming in from the side of No Beat, and now Astro Nemesis, they have to go on the save.
Which also meant that she couldn't react in time. Now, oh, TP forward. Villo, I think, was aiming for the smoke there. Remember, there aren't much weaponry in the way of Astro Nemesis. That showstopper isn't gonna find its mark. But again, it's gonna be the retake here for Astro. No Beat. Still mowing them down one by one. Cheeky on the board, but Bye trades. Now it's all down to Cheeky, who gets swarmed from all directions. No Beat. 4 on the board here, Gremmy, and they are not giving any room at all for Astro Nemesis. I would honestly call a timeout this early, because anything to slow down No Beat would be a good idea here in my
Yeah, and just trying to get the adrenaline, like, to stop rushing from the veins from the side of No Beat. I think No Beat, this time around, though, on the attacking side, they are actually trying to go in aggressive and try to get as many fights as they can, as they should with this double duelist composition. You see a couple of these players, especially in the form of Bankai and Buja, they're trying to go for this unexpected angles to catch the players of Astro Nemesis off guard to clean up the rounds, which is something that I think they were lacking in their previous game of Ascent itself. When we saw that they weren't able to take as many fights and win them out at all.
They weren't. Yeah, timeouts. As I said, good call here for Astro Nemesis. Even if they don't necessarily have anything new planned, just try and slow down the speed from NOBEAT and get that tempo back going in your favor. Astro Nemesis, they are really struggling with just the fights, it feels like. Just the duels have just been going in the way of NOBEAT here. And for the most part, it's... Well, no pattern has emerged yet, but I think Astro Nemesis has got to try and find new avenues at which they could slow NOBEAT down. And again, this time it's a stack in A, not a good read from the Astro Nemesis side as they start the swarm B site now. NOBEAT's trying to weed out Deuce there, Diwa, sorry. She go down as well, so gonna have to be the retake one more time with one player down. That's the Killjoy out of the count for Astro Nemesis. Tricky going down, no info for their side anymore. They have the Sky Smokes, Sky Flashes rather, and the Smokes available too, but they're just getting swarmed, they're getting pushed, they're getting challenged here. It's all down to 1v4. Freem dashes forward, a bit of a mishap as well. That's the 5th round on the board for NOBEAT.
I feel like in terms of composition, Astro Nemesis, they have a composition that suits defaulting more, and when they're faced with a hyper-aggressive team like how NOBEAT is playing right now, it's hard for them to be able to stall them at all. And you can see, even though they had the Killjoy on the B side itself, she was unable to hold down the fort for a team, and NOBEAT, they're not changing the tempo at all. This time though, they were playing from a different angle up in Market. And Nanoswarm's a nice space, but from the shadows gets these players on NOBEAT onto the site and Secret. Playing in logs, Hunter's Fury invested, but unfortunately that's not hit. It's Mark.
Bit of a force spot here from Astro Nemesis. Hunter's Fury, as you mentioned, did not really find anything. Just a Spectre's Abound and Secret from an off angle, pushing up against Market. Bit of a shaky start there, but NOBEAT either way recover. Just losing one member too. 6-0 on the board, and this is a look that NOBEAT did not necessarily show us in that last game as much, but I'm certainly loving this. It's just a dominating first half so far for them. Definitely a fitting playstyle to their comp. Look at that final shot as well. Looking very, very good here on the players.
And Astro Nemesis, I think they have to try to adapt to this aggressive playstyle that NOBEAT is throwing at them. Otherwise, it's just going to be a steamroll from here on out. And with this lockdown, the side take should be pretty much free despite the Nanoswarms in the way. It seems like Astro Nemesis, they should be trying to play for retakes, in my opinion, because I think the composition is much more suited to play that instead of holding a site.
Perhaps. And that seems like what they're doing now, too, attacking as
It's
well.
not cleared.
Yeah. Unfortunate again for Jasmine. They're going for a retake here. It's a two-prong approach this time, Gremmy. They might find a little bit more success with the guns.
Could, but they have to expect Buja, who's playing in this off angle. I don't think the face of Astro Nemesis want to take that fight, but unfortunately, Freem gonna fall to bye-bye. Reinforcements coming in. Dewado picks up 3 in a round already, narrows it down to a 2v2. Will she be able to clutch it out with just a sliver of health to her name?
1 HP.
There's no time. Buja just gonna get that kill and get her showstopper online as well. It's so much firepower on the side of NOBEAT.
That's true. Again, a lot of their success is because they keep claiming space after they go for the plant. And that space then in my opinion, Astro should not be giving away. I'm talking about places like Market and CT as well, the defender side spawn entrance. And those are avenues that they could be securing. Just fall back to those positions instead of so deep back into outside of sight. Perhaps there is a better chance here. Maybe get a kill or two as well in the process. Who knows? No beat though. Looking to repeat the same strategy over and over again. I mean, it does make a lot of sense, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And again, they take control of sight with relative ease.
Astro Nemesis, they do have a couple of retakes out in the form of the Seekers from Sky,
Oh no.
as well as the Killjoy Lockdown, but this 5v5 retake is gonna be so difficult for them to handle. Especially with Secret coming in with this late lurk, already picking up 2.
Player standing.
Numbers falling from the side of Astro Nemesis through the smoke. Bye-bye. Says bye-bye to Dewa. Flawless round coming out from NOBEAT.
As clean as he could get, as quick as they could get it, feels like. No beat, 8-0 on the board. And what do you think they're gonna do this round, Gremmy? Because I have a bet. No beat are gonna rush B. That's my bet. What's your bet? Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, maybe I am wrong. Look at where the spike is.
I think they might try to go for a B fake and an NA.
Yeah,
It seems
yeah,
like
perhaps.
it, especially since they have Buja coming on along with Minotaur here.
Oh my gosh.
That's
This
a
is
very
perfect.
early lockdown.
This is perfect. Yeah, they've already baited the lockdown. And they're gonna push down A. Nobody's in sight. No beats. What a read here. Playing around the lockdown perfectly. They even set up Secret to be detained there, sacrificing her. But meanwhile, plans going down in A. That's genius from
Placing
NOBEAT.
swarm grenade.
And they have the Hunter's Fury as well as the Showstopper to deny this retake and defuse from coming in from the side of Astro Nemesis. Trailblazer gonna come through to try and clear out Heaven. Spots out Buja X. Unfortunately, does not get the stun off.
No.
It's okay, it happens to the best of us.
That's true, that's true. Oh. Preemptive on the showstopper there, but the recon dart not really helping out Pooja there. So many people behind her, no beats, struggling a little bit, and this is a really good retake from Vizzle.
This is good for 2. Will she have the time? Hunter's Fury comes through. Free up. Does she have half? That's the question, Jasmine.
Oh.
Unfortunately, unable to do anything at all. All 3 of them fall to the spike, and it's 9 points. A dominating performance from NOBEAT. Look at this replay.
Enemy remaining.
It was a perfect read coming in from NOBEAT, baiting out that early lockdown, and they were unable to use it for this retake here.
And it's perfect too, because they knew they had the Hunter's Fury. Even though they had the numbers disadvantage, all they had to do was keep bye safe or protect the president. And it really came down to the wire. It worked. Perfect for no beat. Just getting that lockdown play to be invested early, and now they're going for the rush. Bit of a botch there on the blast pack, but no matter, they still take control of sight with that reinforcement on the recon. And Astro Nemesis doesn't have the best weaponry anyway, so no beats. Take control of sight. All I have to do now is hold strong.
5v5 retake once again. Minotaur catches his flank from coming in, but Vizzle trades it out. Back down to the 4v4. There is a rifle upgrade in 3 though, but Bankai might be ready for that. Freeum, good for one of the Guardian. This guiding light, trying to clear out. Oh! That was dangerous for a second.
Last player standing.
But Secret
Wow.
picks up 3 in a round to save. To basically save NOBEAT in the round itself. It looks so dangerous to them. But Secret was able to pull through with 3 of her own. And it's double digits on the side of NOBEAT.
Yeah. Secret just absolutely popped off there. 10-0 now. No beat. Not slowing down anytime soon. Taking no breaks at all. And I believe this is the round where Astro finally get their guns back, but here we go. Lockdown invested already. Should weed out any of the players in sight. Speaking of, there is one. And Cheeky doesn't
Oh, no.
find anyone. They don't even have to wait for the lockdown to pop here, Gremmy. They're just gonna rush in with it. No detainees, but let's see how this retake is gonna go any differently from the rest.
One down.
Free him. Good for one. Onto Buja. That's a raise down, but unfortunately, Secret managed to get out alive with that dismiss. Jasmine has a classic, but able to make it work.
Placing sentry.
Both these players coming in from B main. Rifles in hands and Bankai playing in the smoke.
One enemy remaining.
Need to catch a timing. Yes,
player
she
standing.
will. Dewa trades it out. Down to the Killjoy 1v1. I don't think there's time though. Minotaur just completely shuts it down.
Last round in the half.
One down.
It's round and a half, and it's just the NOBEAT
One
show
enemy remaining. Last player
so far. And it's looking so much better now than it was yesterday. Haven, they found a little bit of struggle against Astro Nemesis, but this time sort of feels like there is none. Couple of ults available for Astro. Admittedly, aren't the biggest ults in the game, but ults are ults. From the shadow, something they could play with on the flank here. No beats. Okay, again, they're pushing forward. Vissel from hell. Oh, what a flick though from Buja. 11-0. Down to 2. What can Astro do here?
Spike planted.
It's looking so difficult for them, and with this wallbang coming in from Bankai. Dewa, the last hope
Destroyed.
in the team. Likely to find one here. Oh no. Just turns away at the wrong moment and Bankai cleans up the round. What a dominating half coming in from NOBEAT. They're already on match point.
Last player standing.
We just got to the second half.
12-0. This is looking absolutely fantastic from NOBEAT. Has to be 12 perfect rounds in a row for Astro Nemesis. I mean, I don't remember the last time I saw that happen, so it would be an absolute miracle if Astro Nemesis can pull it off. It has to start somewhere, and this is where it is. The pistol. Secure it here.
Let's watch him struggle.
Seems like they're gonna go for a unified approach towards B's side. Question is how fast they're gonna go for it. Recon Dart. Weeds out Secret there. Flash comes out. Trailblazer follows suit right after. That's a lot of smokes being laid out, and they're still gonna go push through it. 2 people inside. They might not be aware of that. Another guiding light. Only spots out 1 player. Secret looking for the taps. Perhaps get a Devour up and running. Get her HP back up to 150. But they're struggling so much just to take control of the site. Just to get out of the smoke. And this might not be the best strat at all because Buja is starting to come in from mid. Astro have to make a move soon.
This is dangerous for them. And Secret able to get that Devour reset. Not exactly. But the trades are coming through and NOBEAT are winning it out completely. 4 health on the board. The pain shows.
Oh my
Defenders
god.
win.
What a game.
What a game. What a performance. NOBEAT just completely taking over that Ascent map. I mean, if there was any doubts of their performance from yesterday and earlier, I think that's completely erased now. I think NOBEAT is completely online now. Even with the switch up of composition here, even with the switch up of roles, each and every player, almost every player on their squad is playing a different agent, except for I think Minotaur.
Yeah.
But man, everyone performed still. And I feel like it was just a difference in terms of fundamentals. Everyone from, I mean, you could see every duel there. NOBEAT just won there, and just the amount of strats that they pulled, the conditioning was there as well. And Astro Nemesis just couldn't keep up, plain and simple.
I agree, and I think there was a little bit of hesitation coming out from the side of Astro Nemesis, and they weren't really sure whether or not they wanted to try and fight for their site on the defense or if they wanted to play a retake. And that hesitation, I think, is what cost them a couple of rounds, especially with 5 players running at you from B main. It's so hard to deal with, and that's how it went almost every round on no beats attacking half itself.
What a performance from everyone from No Beat here. Definitely a team that I am gonna be keeping an eye on here in this lower bracket. And wow, I can't, I don't have much words to say about that game. It was a stellar run, stellar game, a stellar couple of games from them. It just felt like it's a completely revitalized team here after that run against Astro Nemesis. Next up, they're going to be facing off against more team, but from here on out, it has to be perfect from No Beat, right? I mean, that's when you're at what's at stake when you're at the lower bracket. You barely have any room to work with, and of course, it's all best of ones here until I believe the grand final. So task not done, but it's a pretty good start here for No Beat. But the same cannot be said for Astro Nemesis. They're already out, unfortunately. But there's still a ton of teams to watch out for, a ton of players to watch out for, and there's still one more game to showcase after this break. So until then, we'll be right back. My name is Dade. I'm casting with Gremmy, and don't go anywhere because we'll be back with Game 3.
back down, so step it up. Goddamn, up, back, back, up, goddamn, up, back, back, goddamn, up, back, back, up, goddamn, up, back, back, goddamn, up, back, back, up, goddamn, up, back, back, goddamn, up, back, back, up,
Got the money in the bank. Hit you with the. Hit you with the bank. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang, 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 bang. I'm a boss, yeah, you know that I'm finna shine. Got the money in the bank. Got the money in the bank. Got the money in the bank. Bank, 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 bank. Got the money in the bank.
hit you with the 808.
Hit you with the. Hit you with the bank. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang.
Show me what you got. Back down, back up, back down, back up. 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 Back down, back up, back down, ba Show me what you got. Show me what you got. Down, up, back, back, up, God, down, up, back, back, God, down, up, back, back, up, God, down, up, back, back, God, down, up, back, back, up, God, down, up, back, back, God, down, up, back, back, up, God. Ain't no reason to back down, so step it up. God, down, up, back, back, up, God, down, up, back, back, God, down, up, back, back, up, God, down, up, back, back, God, down, up, back, back, up, God, down, up, back, back, God, down, up, back, back, up, God.
Got the money in the bank. Hit you with the. Hit you with the bank. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang, 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 bang. I'm a boss, yeah, you know that I'm finna shine. Got the money in the bank. Got the money in the bank. Got the money in the bank. Bank, 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 bank. Got the money in the bank.
Hit you with the 808.
Hit you with the. Hit you with the bank. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang, 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 bang. I'm a boss, yeah, you know that I'm finna shine. Got the money
We're back with Game 3 of Game Changers Academy here on the FSL stream. My name is Gremmy, joining me is Datum. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very, very stoked for this last game of the day. We are following the journey of NOBEAT in the lower bracket, where they will be met by potentially a match here in the form of Oriole Astrea, and I'm really excited to get into this match. We're going into Haven for our last match to showcase today. And Gremmy, I'm really excited for this one because these two teams, they fought so many teams to get to this point. I believe each of them have taken down 3 teams at least to get to this point, and everything to lose. It's do or die time. No beats, and Oriole Astra, I mean, they've been fighting all day long. They've been taking down opponents left, right, and center, but this is the lower bracket. It is the lower bracket semi-final as well, and whoever advances here goes to the lower bracket finals, and whoever wins there goes to play tomorrow, have a chance to play tomorrow. So stakes could not be higher for these two teams.
And that's definitely true. And we've seen NOBEAT on 2 very different levels
Oh,
in the first 2 matches just now. On the first map, even though they had a dominating first half, they weren't able to pull through. But on the second match, though, that was a performance, 13-0. And we are going to be heading into Agent Select right now. See what these teams have in store for us. It is going to be Haven, so I believe a Killjoy and a Jetpick is pretty standard for this map.
yeah. And you gotta wonder just how much of a performance Oriole are gonna put up against NOBEAT, who just showed us what I believe to be the best performance so far in Academy today. So Haven, you have room for some very interesting comps. And speaking of interesting comps, Gremmy, I'm seeing a Phoenix. They locked it up already over the Oriole
your
side.
agent.
So my eyes are going to be on that Phoenix, of course. I mean, let's talk about the viability of a Phoenix in maps like this, right? In situations like this, right? I mean, sure, the one drawback of a Phoenix is that you don't have that safety net of something like a Jet, right? Or something like a Rain, or even a Raze, for that matter, that you can escape after you've gotten a frag, maybe, or you have that single tool that you can use to deal a ton of damage. Phoenix is more of a agent that relies on the ultimate. And in that
Right.
sense, Phoenix, well, one of the fastest recharging ults in the game, which makes for some particularly interesting macro. And you talk about the resource management of the ultimate orbs and prioritizing it for the Phoenix, but the thing is, if that Phoenix doesn't frag, it all doesn't find much effect.
That's definitely true. And I think Phoenix's kit is really based around him fragging as well. You see his the hot hands and the wall, both of them actually heal him up. So he's kind of built to get frags in a sense similar to Reyna, but different in the sense that his ultimate gives him a second life, which basically acts as another Skydog or Sova drone for you to get information on the site on
That can
attack.
kill people. Yeah, that can
Yeah.
kill people. So yeah, really excited to see the prospect of a Phoenix. I mean, one of the things that made Phoenix sort of viable before, I mean, we saw a fair bit of Phoenix used in the chamber meta. What they did was, they prioritized the orb for the Phoenix, and then once the ult is available for the Phoenix, they just send him up front and take care of all those pesky trademarks of the chamber, and then that makes a way for some nasty flanks. However, that's just not true anymore, because when was the last time you saw a chamber, Grammy? Never.
Not very recent. Actually, no, I saw one in my unrated game yesterday. So
Well,
it is unrated, but we don't really see Chamber nowadays. And with this matchup itself, I think there was a Killjoy on the field. So we are going to be seeing some Killjoy action instead.
true. So one of the things that a flanking Phoenix could go for, or maybe it's just gonna be the standard run-of-the-mill double duelist comp with, well, centered on those duelists and not on just the Phoenix itself. But this is Haven we're talking about. There's a lot of flank routes. There's a lot of opportunity for you to catch your attackers by surprise. So I'm really excited to see how Oriole is going to perform this, especially against NOBEAT, who just had the game of their lives. So last game to be showcased today before we continue on tomorrow. Oriole Astrea versus NOBEAT in this best of 1 elimination match in the lower bracket, and it starts off with NOBEAT on the attack. This is where they were super proficient in Ascent earlier, It seems like they're going to be continuing on with the same speed. Buja leading the charge, and they're making their way into an open site. Such a different pace already from game number 2.
This is interesting. So now we have like a 5v5 retake on the pistol round itself, and Oriole, they'll have a little bit of work to do to try and force their way back onto this site itself with this Phoenix coming in from this garage position, though, and Buja is the one who finds that first pickup. With the rest of the team jumping onto the platform itself, Bankai finds 2 in the mix of things. Solitude left all alone in Solitude, unfortunately gonna get taken out by the paint shells, and a very, very strong start from NOBEAT.
Yeah. And as far as I know, this is the first time these two players are going to be competing from the academy. So it's very hard to adjust your opponents when you have never faced them before, especially because these two teams are fresh from gaming or playing with another team. So Aurel Astra, they really have to adjust to the speed that NOBEAT has already established this entire game. And maybe this is just them adjusting to that, acclimating to that. First couple of rounds, of course, is where you just try and get a grasp of how your opponents play. And NOBEAT, well, they're setting up the tempo, which is a good thing for them. Especially in the second round where they're already executing into B site. Nice incendiary there, denying of the blast back play. And actually stopping the push altogether.
Yeah, that was a great incendiary, as you mentioned. You saw the paranoia coming in, but unfortunately, NOBEAT unable to capitalize off the back of that with the satchels. Completely stopped in their tracks, and now they have to turn their sights to somewhere else.
It seems like the sights are going into B site.
It's a shorty. This might be dangerous.
Oh no, it's not enough. Solitude still goes down. Buja, well, it's a nice clear. Buja there, letting them up that C side. Gremmy, they're gonna execute right here with the turret in place, but Spike yet to go down here.
A play.
Spike planted.
Minotaur wants to make a play here, able to find 1.
Player standing.
Traded out by Secret, who finds 2 of his own, and it's all down. Last player remaining. I'm sorry, I butchered that. Imadoris?
Let's call her Ima.
Ima. Okay,
I'm
that
a
works.
Derbeast. I'm not sure. I think it's Ima. Solitude.
This was unfortunate.
Yeah, nice attempt there on the shorty, but too much RNG and too little damage there. But still, it's just round number 2 here, so not a lot to lose for Oriole anyway. Now this is where I excited to see the approach here for Oriole. They've already got a whiff of just how NOBEAT wants to play this. They want to play it fast, quick, want to take the sites as quickly as they could. And the adjustment is where it should come out from Oriole. And that you go. The first peek from Bell working out massively there. Buja goes down. That's one of the duelists. Secret in the charge on the other side. Gets a frag still. Devour.
Gets tagged
And the
out.
swing from Bell is a little bit too wide. That's 2 members left for Oriole on this retake.
Spike planted.
Its rifles handed over to the side of NOBEAT as well, which makes Oriole's retake so much harder.
Oh.
His hot hands not gonna connect with this crossfire being set up on the side of NOBEAT. Oriole, they have such a hard time making it on the side itself. Gonna get spotted out by the recon dart. Sacred good for the trade. Solitude left on his lonesome once again. Sacred with the ghost takes him out. 3-0 scoreline here.
Yeah, looks like NOBEAT is not done with game number 2. You're translating that speed for here. Oriole receiving the shorter end of the stick for now. Man, what a speed. It was starting off great for Oriole. He got Bell peeking out at just the right time, shutting down one of the duelists here, but recovery is just not good. I mean, and I like the idea too. They were trying to deny A site because, as we know, A site is one of the hardest sites to retake here in Valorant. Just unable to do so, which is why NOBEAT's 3 on the board now. Another quick take seems to be in the works here. Oriole not really going for anything too aggressive, despite not having the weaponry to lose. Again, smokes come out. That's a dead giveaway that A site is going to be the split here.
It's be dangerous for Nyx though if she gets spotted out by this owl drone, as well as the Leer catching her off guard. Buja already on the site with its satchel play in
enemy
middle
remaining.
floor. It's gonna go for the plant secret though. It's gonna go aggressive here. Eco frags.
Oh,
Coming for the other. Okay, there's a Bucky.
ah. Bye bye says good night. Flawless is done. No beats. Again, a 4-0 lead, just like how they started Ascent here. L'Oreal might be looking for a timeout at this point. How are they going to reinforce that A site? They don't want to retake, and I understand that, but what can they do to reinforce that? A heavy stack? Or perhaps even just a retake? I mean, they haven't even attempted a retake at A site yet, but that's not going to be the easiest to execute.
I think it's not the easiest job to stall the players of NOBEAT as well, especially with not much stalling utility. They should have the incendiary as well as the nano swarm. But with the speed that NOBEAT is going at, it's hard to stop them at all, and Buja already picks up the frag on the Ema. Gonna get the plant down on this B side. 4v4 situation, the flank though gets shut down. Bye bye to that. A bell here.
Okay.
3 on the board. Goes for the 4th. Both nano swarms destroyed, and now knows where Bye Bye is. Shock Dart's not gonna connect. Nyx is just gonna go for the defuse. No, she's not. She gets knocked off. Has to take this peek. Unfortunately, Bye Bye is the one who clutches it out for her team.
Wow.
Race into the spike site.
That came down to the wire.
I'm so close too. Massive performance from Belle, but it just wasn't enough.
One enemy remaining.
Bit of a mishap on the cloud burst. Had she placed it somewhere else, it could have been more effective. Maybe on her teammate, but either way, Bye Bye just as big of a performance. Arguably even bigger. 4K clutch, done and dusted. Belle's gotta be, well, she's gotta be not having it at this point. Oreo calling the timeout now. I think this is a proper time, but I'm not sure about the prospects of the eco for Oreo. Do they have the weaponry? I think they do. Just enough. But this is a very important round here. This could be the turnaround potential for them, especially with Belle on that Blade Storm. But again, they seem to be struggling just how well they could retake these sites. They've attempted to retake B sites, which is where NOBEAT attacked this time, but no luck. They just haven't been able to cover their tracks as well. And they went for the flank as well on Solace, but again, didn't work. It got immediately shut down by NOBEAT.
I think they might want to go for a running back play this time around.
Perhaps.
But Solitude though doesn't have the weaponry to work with. Seems like they're gonna go for an eco buy. So Belle will be on the Blade Storms, and the rest of NOBEAT
Alarm bot.
already set to run down the C site.
Oh, Blade Storm is not going to be placed perfectly here. Recon spots out Nyx, immediately calls upon the Sky Smokes. Ooh,
Oh,
mishap on the utility there, but no matter. Sky Smoke's already there, blast back into the back side. Buja, perfect Pinchell's placement there. That's C-Site in control. Nice little flash there from Solitude. Heals herself to safety as well. Belle, here she comes. Last 2 blades. Can she make it happen? No, she can't. Bye Bye denies her. And the Sheriffs are all that's left in the arsenal of the Oreo squad here. Shinyu goes down as well. It's all down to Solitude. Doesn't have a gun either. Gets stacked down to 60 HP. Recon Dart as well. Oh, what a shot!
shot!
Hot hands. Does have to run it back, but doesn't get the shot in. That was a pivotal one. Could have gotten a gun, but NOBEAT gets the round 6-0. Fair bit of damage, but the eco is already built up anyway.
I think a little bit of utility mishap here.
Enemy remaining.
The guiding light coming through just as the Sky Smokes come down means that the whole team of NOBEAT isn't going to be blinded by that, which gave Buja the opportunity to satchel onto the site and take advantage of that space created. They were just able to take the site.
Oriole. Let's see
Tell me
what
with this next round though. Fast A hit this time around. Shinyu, the first to fall and the lockdown to come through
Bell.
for NOBEAT.
Oh, Bell's not done. She tailwinds to safety, but shenanigans are over. 2v3 again on this retake. And it's A site one more time. Perhaps they should take a flanking route this time, but it's too far off. Look at how the positions of Nyx and Solitude are. Granted, there aren't any smokes left for NOBEAT. Paranoia is there though. Solitude's unable to find anything as Nyx go down from heaven. Oh, there's the smoke as well, and the timing is impeccable for Buja. Through the cranny. Finds Solitude, and that's NOBEAT 7 on the board, seeming to be continuing this speedrun of sorts through the teams here. Oriole, they've got to recover from this.
This is the strength of their double duelist composition with the raised satchels, able to make so much space for the Reyna to follow up on that aggressive attack. NOBEAT on the attacking side, already 7 rounds on the board, in the lead in this half itself. I believe Oriole, they won't really have economy to work with, but Bell wants to take a fight here, able to find a second as well. Great play coming out from the side of Oriole. They were prepared for that. The Seekers to come through to find more information on where players of NOBEAT are, and Bell's already pushed up. Such an advanced position.
She's so deep. Minotaur holding the line.
Spike down mid.
That leaves Bankai down with Minotaur going down. Oh, they don't know where Bankai is though. That's silver lining for her, but what much can she find? She doesn't even have the spike. One more kill. She has the ult, so she can go for a play there. Finds one. Okay, nice touch. But she can't even get out of spawn. Has to get the spike first or get out of here. They use the ultimate. Uses the smokes. TP's out. What a play! I like it.
Oh,
She can make her way into C site with this. And this is doable. This is terrifying for Oriole.
30
But all they have to do is keep their heads strong and play together.
Watch them run. Damn it.
1v3. Can she do this? Gremmy.
Planted.
over the strike invested. Unfortunately, Bankai unable to find and connect the shots onto Nishinyu there. And that's the first point on the board for the side of Oriole. I think they should be trying to go for these set plays maybe, because in this round you just see the side of NOBEAT, they just aren't able to they can't keep up with the aggression on the defense that the side of Oriole is showing them. And this unexpected play just catches them off guard.
Exactly.
Completely.
I think they're just giving too much respect at this point for NOBEAT. Just become a little bit more confident. Just push up, just like that, as you mentioned. And it works out wonderfully there. I can't imagine how it can't work out here. And it seems like they are going to be doing so. So look at the angle, so aggressive here from Oriole. But they're not pushing up yet. Reinforcing this A side with a quick rotate, which is a pretty good idea. Bell is here. Blades are available. Paranoia doesn't hit onto anyone but the back end of things there. Uh-oh, the showstopper's there. Bell's got to be careful. But it is Shinyu to go down. Bell goes down too because of Bye-Bye's push. And again, the coordinated aggression this time from NOBEAT lets them off this spike plant. Lineups will be there, but Darius trying to pop off from heaven. Blades, rather the Molly is available. There comes the heal wall, but Solitude goes down. Buja unafraid to push that. NOBEAT deny the 8th round from Oriole Astria. This is the attempt there. They go for the early rotates. They just were caught off guard by a sheer amount of utility that was brought out by NOBEAT.
Yeah, we just witnessed utility upon utility being used there. Off the back of the Paranoia, the recon dart came through, and the showstopper invested from Buja just meant that Oriole had such a hard time defending the site itself. And this time, NOBEAT set his sights onto the C side. This dart though
Placing swarm grenade.
spots out Nishinyu. He's the only one on the side and has to get out because of the paint shells. Solitude, good for one. It's potentially a rifle to be retrieved by them. Spike is gonna go down, and they do have the Hunter's Fury to work with.
Lockdown, you invested. They're gonna attempt this, Gremmy.
Oh, Blades connect on the first, unfortunately not on the second. Secret and bye-bye. Find picks of their own, it's all up to these last two players, Nishinyu and Nyx. Guiding Light comes through to try and garner information.
Yeah, they don't have smokes. It's gonna be a really, really tough plant defuse here. Secret dismisses in front of Nishin. What can she do? Nothing at all. No, we played that perfectly. And they knew that Oriole didn't have the smokes to try and contest the defuse. Such an expensive round. Remember, that was an eco, and Oriole invested so many ults. Blade Storm, lockdown.
Player standing.
Still not securing the round.
Time out.
You can see that Oriole is starting to become desperate for these rounds, and that's the last thing they need. Need to keep the confidence up, the mental up of the players. And this is where the coaching staff of the team comes in, but I'm not sure about Oriole. Do they have a coach? I mean, at least they should probably have a coach acting as an IGL coach. But man, gotta be working double time to keep the players at a level head here. It seems like they're working hard for it. Trade it out though. Secrets. Okay, Solitude makes it worth. Run it back available. They're deep into B sites. Oriole again has to go for the post-plant retake. At least they're much closer now.
Spike planted.
Numbers advantage in their favor as well.
Placing swarm grenade.
Mission
Grenade out.
attempt to clear out Gong here. Unfortunately, Secret just gonna continue playing on this
One
backside
enemy
area. Bankai good for one. Secret
remaining. Last
finds
player
hers
standing.
as well. And Solitude, a nasty shot onto Secret. Down to the 1v1. It's the hot hands available.
Oh, she can see.
Oh,
Banka has to push this. Doesn't have the paranoia either, and it's getting stuck. No way.
no.
No, yes. Solitude wins the round for them. That's a clutch and a half there for Oriole. 2-9. They keep it close at least. Perhaps taking us to 3-9 is the key here. Okay. Are we gonna see a repeat of what, game number 1?
I mean, I hope so.
Hope
That
so,
would be
yeah.
very interesting. And I think both these teams are adapting quite well to each other. You see Nobi trying to deny Bell's aggression down B
Yeah.
with the paint shells as well as the paranoia. Unfortunately though, they still get caught out. But things almost looked up for them in that 2v1 situation. But Solitude able to isolate her fights. Coming into this next round though, it's gonna be a fast A hit. And I don't think Oriole will be prepared for this, especially off the back of these paint shells. And satchel combination. Bell gets caught off guard. The Empress to come through.
Okay, they take control of site with little to no contest. And they chip down 2 of the members for Oriole as well. At least they've got the Sky heal, but again, the retake here, the prospect of a retake looking so gloomy, and Hunter's Fury scatters them around as well. Buja pushing up with it. So perfect. Picture perfect here for NOBEAT. Until Solitude catches Bankai mid-TP.
Remaining.
But Buja's cleaning house. Looking for the ace now. Solitude right in her way. Shuts her down, but still the round for NOBEAT. 10-2. Oriole's got a mountain to climb in the second half.
Switching sides.
What a half from the side of NOBEAT. Building off of their momentum from the previous game itself. They're just snowballing every round, and Oriole, they were trying to find an answer to this, which they managed to do in a couple of rounds, but so far they weren't really able to deal with the aggression that's coming through on the side of NOBEAT. Now, on the defense though, NOBEAT, I want to see how they'll play this, because we've seen them on the attack twice going so aggressively. Are they going to play the defense the same way is the question.
That is definitely the question. I mean, if the last game was of substance, or the second to the last game was of substance, the first game of the day was of substance, They don't necessarily become too aggressive, but in these scenarios where they are feeling confident, I wouldn't bet against it. I'm taking a bit of a slow approach here from Oriole. I like this. Making use of that utility, reinforcing that dark cover just on the same angle. Bye-bye, though. Playing around with it perfectly. Oh, nice recon dart as well. Netting Buja off that frag. Bankai in here as well. The rotates are so quick for no beat. They don't even have to push here. Oriole down to 2. Hot hands for a bit of a heal, but Nishi doesn't have the spike. They have a trek and a half just to get themselves closer to the spike! And the timing is perfect, but bye-bye. Doesn't need it. 1 HP. Gets a tag in for the frag. It's all down to Solitude. Doesn't have any utility at all. Can she get the spike even?
The timing must be perfect from
30
here,
seconds
from her
left.
here. If she's able to clear out the site,
Last
Buja will
player
have
standing.
be a mile away, and she'll have the hot hands to work with, and he'll back up as well. But Buja is aware where Solitude's coming from. Will she expect this angle is the question? No, she doesn't. 11 points on the board for NOBEAT.
Scanning
1
ahead.
point away from match.
Neutralized.
Oriole. I think gonna force buy here. If I were them, I would. Increase the
enemy
chances
remaining.
of
Last
denying
player
match
standing.
point, but that's all they can hope at this point. That's all they could do at this point. Just try and deny match point. It seems like they won't. Just playing for the classic, so it has to be 10 perfect rounds after this. I mean, assuming they don't win this thrifty round. With the way NOBEAT has been playing, it's hard to
this
imagine just
chip
how the pinch out's
damage.
perfect as well. Look, it chips down 3 of their players. And the most important of all, the Sky with the smokes is, or with the heal rather, is less than half HP. Bell trying to push up, but look at this deadly crossfire in Name main. Bell's about to walk straight into it. Dashes back to safety as she gets mollied by her teammate. No, at least Solitude able to find a trade, but Buja is still in the back end of the fight. She's holding on to it with
Oh
a dear
my.
life, but no beat. Okay, they're starting to falter until Bankai shows up. One tap onto
Spike
Nishin.
planted.
Spike
Last
goes
player
down.
standing.
So does Bankai. It's a 1v2. Bye-bye. Has to deal with 2 players, but has an Al drone. Has a couple of shock darts. There's 1 HP left on Nyx. Marshall too. Also, it's 1 tap each.
I didn't expect you to be here. It's caught unaware. Down to 1v1. Meanwhile, with the frenzy in hand, taps the spike. Bye-bye. The smoke is great though. It's one way.
Concentrate.
Completely denying the vision of Bye-bye. She can't see a thing.
Oh no. No, no, no. Ima is the one to get the knife there. Trying to live up to the team secret Tondo things, but unable to channel her inner Jessie Vash there. There you go. Match point denied for now.
Spike planted.
All they could hope for at this point.
Oh my god, the running brimstone.
See that one more time. Bye-bye getting the knife.
Placing swarm grenade.
Following suit afterwards. That's a pretty good thing actually here for Oreo. That means that they deny the full gun pickup, which means that we're at an equal footing here. So Oreo increased their chance at pushing us into 11-11 or perhaps even overtime. But you know what they say, Gremmy, it ain't over till it's over.
With the reinforcements coming in onto the C site. Oreo, they might have a hard time making it onto this site, especially off the back of that paranoia, stalling so much time. And Bankai still playing on this platform, able
Wow.
to find one more in the form of Solitude.
Spike down. C.
Ima falls. That's the sky smoke's gone.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
Bankai good for 3. She secures that spike. They could hear her. Nishin good for 2. Okay. This is actually doable now. Buja is down to 1 HP. Has a guardian as well. All it takes is one bullet on both ends. Chip damage too. And Minotaur is already here. Uh-oh. I don't think Nishi knows that Minotaur is right there.
30 seconds
But
left. One
Although she
enemy
has to get the
remaining.
spike!
What a shot!
What a shot! Nishin shuts down Minotaur. Now it's the guessing game. Where is Buja? Can she win this?
Grenade out.
Just around the corner. It's an off angle too. And Nishin making all the noise in the world. Doesn't have the turret. Has a nano
seconds
swarm,
left.
but she has to get the plant in. She's not expecting this! Oh,
Spike planted.
the misery. Can you get the shot in? No. Nishin didn't anticipate Buja playing Ring Around the Rosie and NOBEAT pushed themselves to match point. Such a nice attempt. But so far away. Oreo, 3-12.
Match point.
I mean, Buja's discipline to not swing as the plant was going down was insane. I feel like if she had swung there, even a stray bullet would have just knocked her out, and
30 seconds left. One enemy
she was able to make things work despite being at a sliver of health. And now, as you mentioned, Datum, they are on match point. Oriole has to get 9 perfect rounds in a row to be able to take them to overtime, and even that is gonna be so hard, especially with their economy in shambles now.
One round at a time. That's the key here. I mean, NOBEAT's eco not looking the best either, so still equal footing. Seekers come out. Buja performing once more. Showstopper used. Justify himself a little bit of space, but Buja still finds another frag off of that. Satchels herself to safety. Bye-bye. Picks up one. And
One enemy
Oriole again falling apart. Hunter's Fury up close. Solitude will be night.
Defenders
No, not like this. NOBEAT 13-3. Another spectacular performance from the NOBEAT squad.
Yeah, Nobi was just like, we don't want a repeat of the first map happening at all. We're just gonna shut you down right here, right now. And Buja on the top of the scoreboard with 7 first bloods to her name. She just popped off this game.
She did. ACS from Buja. Oh my gosh. Almost twice the next player in her own roster. Bye-bye.
Oh,
And
wow.
Bye-bye didn't perform shabby at all. She was providing so much. I mean, if you take a look at the performance of all the players of NOBEAT, you got massive spotlight performances from most of the players. I mean, you talk about Bankai, for example, with that massive 3K to turn it around from C-Long. And of course, you've got Minotaur providing assistance every single time they take control of these sites. They're just unstoppable today. NOBEAT feeling really, really good. I'm excited to see NOBEAT's performance in the next couple of games. But man, maybe is there a chance we're gonna see a rematch between NOBEAT and Krazy Gurls? I think there is. Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, there is a chance. Oh, that's gonna be a rematch and a half. Krazy Gurls, as far as I believe, have already made their way into the final. Or actually, no, they got bumped down by Nikki's
Yeah.
egg. So it is going
So-
to be a rematch between NOBEAT and Krazy Gurls. That's going to be tomorrow, I believe. The best of one in the lower bracket final. So that's gonna be an amazing game to anticipate, and especially because they're already played against each other. I have a ton of information on how each other play, and I'm just already excited for tomorrow, Gremmy.
Yeah, definitely. So, but that is gonna be it from us today. This has been Gremmy, Datum. We're gonna be signing off. Shall we take a look at the brackets before we end, or
Yeah, sure, we should. After a second, but let's break down. Let's break down that last game
break down?
a little bit first. Yeah, Oriole. Well, it felt like they just struggled to get off the ground from the get-go, right? I mean, there were shining moments where when they took control of the game, or the round rather. It looked pretty good, especially with Bell at the helm there, picking up a ton of frags. But when Bell or Solitude doesn't pop off, that's when it felt like it sort of fell apart for Oriole. They had nothing to counter these heavy fraggers on the other side. I'm talking about Buja consistently opening up that space. And even when it comes to clutch situations, Buja still win the mind games. And I feel like it's still very similar to the first or the second game that we had, just the difference in fundamentals and mechanics. It felt like, and NOBEAT's definitely a team to watch out for tomorrow. Maybe they can win against their rematch tomorrow, but who knows? Anyone's game tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, they now have information on how the other team is playing, and I think off the back of their 2 wins today, NOBEAT, they have found their pacing, they have found their footing in this, and they want to capitalize on their aggression. Let's take a look at the brackets here. So tomorrow's matchup, Krazy Girls once again versus NOBEAT. It's gonna be a rematch here down in this lower bracket finals.
Oh, look at that game though between Nikki's Eggs and Krazy Girl. Such a close one as well. What is that? Triple overtime? Quadruple overtime? 18-16. But Krazy Girls just unable to win it, so it's gonna be a rematch in the lower bracket final of who will be facing off against Nikki's Eggs. So tomorrow's matches are going to be action-packed. It's gonna be between Krazy Girls and NOBEAT for the lower bracket final, and then a best of 3 for our grand finals tomorrow to make or to find out who is going to be taking the lump sum of that $500 prize pool. But until then, until tomorrow, we will be signing off for the day. My name is Mattdadum, casting here today with Gremmy Z, and I believe that's it, Gremmy, if I haven't forgotten anything.
I think that's